right, welcome back. You're watching Liquid Lunch on Biz TV. I'm John Tobacco. No, I'm not in the Corona Bunker studio where I am every single day, Monday to Friday, noon to 2 Eastern. No, I'm out on the road. I'm at Mac's Pub in Staten Island, which is the center of the fight back and stand strong universe because we're not backing down. And the owners of Mac's Pub, they're frustrated to no end. They got bars a block away from them open, and yet right here at Mac's Pub, they're closed. So they fought back. And what happened? The king and his little prince, King Don Corleone, and Prince Warren Wilhelm, the governor and mayor of this city and state, they came down and tried to crush the little man. And guess what? Thousands of people in Staten Island turned out and said, no, you're not going to do that. You're not going to do that to us. You're not going to do that to Staten Island. You're not going to do that to Staten Island business. There's no way it's going to happen. And I want to start this segment by reading you a wonderful quote, okay? And you might want to think about this one for a little bit, but the people are the rightful masters of both Congresses and courts, not to overthrow the Constitution, but to overthrow the men who pervert it. So think about that. Think about that statement. You know who said that? Abraham Lincoln said that. And I'll say it again, the people are the rightful masters of both the Congress and the courts, not to overthrow the Constitution, but to overthrow the men who pervert it. Abraham Lincoln. And these two guys right here in New York, as far as I'm concerned, they're perverts because they are perverting the Constitution of this country and the Constitution of New York State when they come down here and arrest business owners for trying to feed their family. But in New York City, when the Antifa protesters are out there screaming and yelling and going crazy and throwing Molotov cocktails at cops, bashing them over the head with baseball bats, you know what happens in New York? They say, no, these mostly peaceful protesters, don't bother them. But in Staten Island, if you're a couple of middle-class, hard-working white guys, Governor Cuomo and Warren Wilhelm come down here and they throw the book at you, okay? Now, I do want to point out that a number of political officials have come forward to try to support not overcrowding, not unsafe conditions, not getting into scuffles with law enforcement. They've come out to stand up for freedom and liberty, about not stealing small businesses. Our state senator, Andrew Lanza, he's been at the front of it with us. Okay, we have other guys who are behind the scenes doing everything they can. Our New York City Councilman, Joe Borelli, here has come under attack from Governor Cuomo. And when Joe was in the assembly, he was always at odds with the governor for some reason. And it makes sense that Joe's the co-chair of Trump's New York State campaign committee, and Governor Cuomo was taking aim at him because he had 11 people at his house for Thanksgiving. So it's getting crazier by the minute. But the one person we haven't heard from, and here in Staten Island, you people may not know this, but we have 5 boroughs in New York City. We're just one of the 5. And we all have a borough president. He's like the county mayor, right? Our borough president's name is James Otto, and he used to be a huge fighter for the people of Staten Island. At one point, he was the guy who actually got them to ban aluminum bats in Little League for the safety of the children. And many applauded his energy and the way he attacked it. And now, since small businesses and restaurants and remote learning and all this other stuff, he has been AWOL. And many people are asking, where is James Otto, our borough president? Other than holding press conferences with Prince Warren Wilhelm, he's nowhere to be found. A couple of weeks ago, he put out a tweet about how their new pothole schedule is going great, totally disregarding the great men and women from the IROAR, the Staten Island Restaurant Owners Association. Just ignored them. They had a press conference to announce a lawsuit. He didn't even show up. So one of my friends sent me something about our borough president, which I thought was kind of compelling. I thought it was kind of humorous, too, to be honest with you. But people in this borough now have put our borough president on a milk container, like a missing child. Like, where is this person? Have you seen this person? And I'm wondering where our borough president actually is. Because I don't think it would hurt him to kind of stand up for liberty and freedom like he's done many times in his life. But it seems like his hands are tied, or he's out of gas. He's in his last term. He's in the last year of his last term. So maybe he just lost the fight. but he used to be a great fighter. Going down the line now, get ready, folks, because Governor Cuomo is now talking about shutting down indoor dining across the whole city. So if you think right now I'm in a hot spot, wait till you see what happens to this whole city when Governor Cuomo says no more indoor dining and no more outdoor dining, only takeout. You will see businesses dying left and right, and you're going to see more people doing what we're doing here at Max, saying we ain't leaving. Okay, and we're going to get creative. There are a lot of creative ways. If you're a business or restaurant owner anywhere in the country, reach out to me at jt@liquidlunchtv.com or go to speakeasynews.com and send me a message. Okay, all those emails come to me. Go to Speakeasy News. I can make you a news bureau of a national TV show, and you can be an essential business tomorrow, and then you let us know if the government wants to come down and try to shut you down. We need a movement that other people can go along with, and if you want to try it, okay, I'm not saying it's going to work, but it's working for me right now. I'm broadcasting from Max Pub, and there's nothing they can do about it in my view. I'm not breaking any laws. I'm not selling any liquor. I'm not selling any food. But very soon, if people want to come and watch my show, I may just start giving stuff away. So we'll see. But Governor Cuomo, while he's shutting down indoor dining, the cast over at Staten Saturday Night Live, where, those of you around the country may not know, those funny little Gen Xers or millennials or whatever they call them, two of them are from Staten Island. Colin Jost and Peter Davidson are from Staten Island. And instead of coming down here and saying, hey, guys, how can I help? How can we fix this? What can we do for the community? What do? They take to their platform on Saturday Night Live and they mock the little man, make fun of him, abuse him, knock him around, make a fool of him, try to minimize the movement and the frustration, the pain, and the raw emotion of people who cannot feed their families. And these guys make millions of dollars. Both of them live not even a couple miles away from here. But instead of coming down and saying, how can we help? Instead of doing some kind of use of their platform to raise some money for restaurant owners in their community, they go on TV and they punch down. They're going after the little man. George Carlin was one of the greatest comedians of all time. George Carlin's on my Mount Rushmore of comedians. And George Carlin said, when you're a comic, when you're a comedian, you don't use that platform to punch down and pick on little people. What you use that platform is to punch up and go after people who are engaging in tyranny and oppression. And they're not doing that. They're not questioning the mayor and the governor. Hey, why are you doing this? Hey, why is a bar open 1 block away, but this bar is closed? Does COVID stop at the railroad? A lot of things need to be answered. And I continue to ask this question of all of you. The sheriff of New York City came out the other night and said that a sheriff's deputy was injured and he had 2 broken legs. We still have no verification of that. In fact, one of the attorneys for one of the owners said that it's undoubtedly false. So there are no broken legs. But what do? They keep lying to the public to try to paint us in a bad light. And the truth of the matter is this. There are no broken legs. And Governor Cuomo went on TV yesterday and told the nation that Staten Island has the highest death rate in New York City. The New York Times debunked that in real time. We are not the highest in New York City. And the governor may come and shade through all the results and check out 1 or 2 days where New York's tiny rate on a per capita may have been better. The bottom line is, yesterday's New York Times says categorically that Staten Island South Shore, which is effectively the orange zone that we're in, that we're fighting for, has the lowest death rate in all of New York City. Speaking of COVID, Rudy Giuliani came down with COVID. I guess he's getting all the treatments he can get, but he did put out a tweet yesterday saying that he's feeling strong. He said that he's up to the task. He's making a comeback. And I got to tell you this. You know who picks on the little man? We'll all remember this. My friend Mike Mazzelli's on right now. He grew up on my block. He used to be a little bit of a bully. He's a great friend of mine, and we all grew up together in America that was far different than now. But the governor is a bully. He sits up there on his perch, and he yells at us and calls us names and says we're tough guys and says we're causing the highest death rate. Come down here, you big bully. Tell us something to our faces. Drive around with some Staten Islanders, because I don't think you know what's happening here. And it's easy to sit in Albany and fly around in your chopper and tell everybody about how you're going to mom's for dinner and asking your brother who has the bigger nostrils and all that stuff. But Don Corleone, get your brother Fredo. Come on down here to Staten Island and see what the little people are dealing with. Maybe you'll understand our frustration. I'm going to leave it there for today. We're at Mac's Pub. We're not closing down. We're not going anywhere. In fact, Governor, Mayor, Saturday Night Live, we're coming for you next. So get ready. And all Staten Island and all New York and a lot of the country now is coming behind a movement to open small businesses. I'll see you tomorrow on Liquid Lunch. Same bad time, same bad channel. More Liquid Lunch. Keep the faith. Thank you for your support. I really appreciate it. I'll talk to you tomorrow.